Good afternoon, everybody. How are you today? Happy Friday. This is Stephanie from New Community Church, and today is my day to bring a few thoughts and words of encouragement for you all today. Hope you had a great week so far, and praying for all of you that your life is going as well as it can be at this time. So, today, my word for today is change. A lot of that going on right now, right? A lot of change in a lot of areas that we're having to embrace, whether we like it or not, or just change. Everything's changing. So I went to my bookshelf and I found a book that I've read many, many times, and I probably some of you have also read it for things that have happened in my life. Who Moved My Cheese? It's a delightful little book by Spencer Johnson, and I will give you the gist of what the book's about. It is about change. It's four characters in the book: two mice named Sniff and Scurry, and two little people named Him and Haw. So they would live their lives going. They lived in the maze, and they would go through the maze every day looking for cheese. That was their favorite thing to do. Okay, so one day they happened upon the mother load of cheese. They found this huge stash of cheese, and they were so very happy. So, okay, Him and Haw, they were like, "Oh, we got it now. We have found the cheese." So, the next day and after that, they would just get up and slowly and lazily, make it to the station because they knew the cheese was going to be there. So they were in no hurry, to get there. So they just took their times to go for the cheese. But on the other hand, Sniff and Scurry, they would eagerly wake up every morning just like they were before, getting up, happy for the day, and looking for what they could do and scamper around the maze still before they got to, the cheese station. So one day, though, Him and Hog got to the cheese station, and guess what? All the cheese was gone. And they couldn't believe it. They didn't know what happened to all the cheese. But Sniff and Scurry already knew. They had been watching and seeing that the cheese supply was, going down, so they were mentally prepared for the change that was about to happen. But Him and Hall, on the other hand, they were just mad. They were like, "Who moved my cheese?" So didn't know what to do. They're like, "Oh my God, now what do we do now? I mean, there's no cheese." So one of them, I think it was Hall, suggested that they go look for other cheese. And him was like, "Oh no, I like my old cheese. I want my old cheese." He didn't want to be changed. He didn't want to change at all. And he decided he just didn't want to do it. So anyway, Sniff and Scurry, though, they scampered around the maze till they found another stash of cheese, bigger and better than the first stash, right? So they, of course, were delighted. So anyway, uh, Hall just kept wanting, him to go, and he wouldn't. So Hall said, "Never mind. I'm just gonna go on my own. Child, bye. I'm gone." So anyway, he went and found the new stash of cheese, and he was thrilled that it was bigger and better than the first stash of cheese. So these are the observations from Hall, who finally decided to step out on faith and go to the next stash of cheese. Change happens. They keep moving the cheese. Anticipate change. Get ready for the cheese to move. Monitor change. Smell the cheese a lot so you know when it's going bad, okay? When it gets old. Adapt to change quickly. The quicker you let go of the old cheese, the sooner you can enjoy the new cheese. Change. Move with the cheese. Enjoy change. Savor the adventure and enjoy the taste of the new cheese. So we know change is going to happen. It is just going to happen. So how we look at change makes the difference in everything. So the scripture that I found for this, that I found interesting, was from Philippians chapter 3, and it's verses 12 through 21. I'm not going to read the verses, but you can go and read it yourself. Philippians chapter 3, verses 12 through 21. And this is Paul, and he is talking to the Philippians about his own faith journey and how he has made a goal to live like Jesus, right? So he said it's been hard, and we all know that change can be hard. Nobody said it would be easy, but he still continues to make the changes that he needs to make to live a life like Christ. I find that very encouraging. And so anyway, he knew that if he continued to follow Christ, that he would surely find inner peace and inner happiness and redemption for everything. So in these passages, he's asking the Jews and Gentiles to join him and share his goal to change. And we all know when you present things to people and you try to encourage them to do and see it the way you do, it doesn't always work out like you want it to. But at least Paul was trying to have people see that you have to embrace and be ready to change and try to live your life more like Jesus. So I hope you found these words encouraging today. Just a few reminders. We will be having a live stream again on Sunday morning at 10 a.m. on Facebook Live for the service. The few members of the praise team will be there, and Pastor Cal, and they will be bringing music, worship, and Pastor Cal will be bringing the message. And it's also Communion Sunday. You're like, what? Say what? How is that? Well, it doesn't matter if you have communion crackers and grape juice at your house. I mean, who has that, right? I don't. And you're not in the church building because we already know the church lives within you. So anyway, whatever you have at the house, I just happen to have some cheese crackers, okay? Cheez-Its are my grandson's favorites. And a bottle of water, okay? That's all I'm going to have. But you know what? It's all about why we're doing communion, why we reflect, and why we use these things to reflect upon the sacrifices that were made so that we can live like we live and all the things that Jesus went through for us. So anyway, hope that you'll join us for that on Sunday. And after Pastor Cal is done, Tammy Fowler and I will be bringing the message for the children. Tammy will be bringing kindergarten through 6th grade at 11 a.m. And after Tammy, I will be bringing the message for the littles, the 2 and 3-year-olds. So I hope that you'll join us on that. And I hope to see you Sunday, okay? Have a great rest of your day and a great rest of your weekend. Bye-bye.